Hey, how's it going everyone? Today we are going to talk about something that was before patch 1.1.2, and that of course is patch 1.1.0a. There was something that they have patched previously with Hell Tides, so if you take a look here on the bottom section where it says Hell Tides, you can see that it says right here, quote, fixed an issue where enemies resurrected by shamans would continuously drop aberrant cinders in Helltide, end quote. There is surprisingly a workaround for this, and we're going to talk about whether or not it is effective, because this is something that they thought in the past that had to be addressed, so we'll see if they're going to fix this next. Not only that, I'm also going to be showing you a great way to reset dungeons and much more. What we're going to talk about first here is a interesting way to gather a good amount of legendaries. What you want to do is locate Temple of Rot. If you have already completed this, then you're going to be missing out on a little bit, but honestly it's not too much of a bug or an issue, but I would assume they're going to patch this or fix this, similar to what they've done with the Elixir glitch that I've posted in the past. What we are going to do is head straight towards the top left of the entrance, and then you're going to go up to the top of the stairs here, take a left, go towards the top, take a right, then go all the way towards the right, and you're going to see a resplendent chest. What's great about this is that you can loot this multiple times by simply exiting out and then joining back. You may end up just, I don't know, ganged up on. If this happens, it's not a huge deal. For example, this happened to me. I'm gonna just swap out the helmet here. I do want to say that it is a low power level, but it is great to definitely trade these suckers in for some gold. What we're gonna do again is to exit out of this dungeon and then join back. You're gonna see that I'm at the character selection screen right here. Then I'm gonna click start game. Once back in, let's go towards the top left by taking the same exact route. And then we're going to go down here towards the top left, go back up the top of the stairs, and now that we're down the same route here, we're going to go ahead and take a left. I noticed that I said route, tomato, right? So continue towards the far right, and you're going to see that the resplendent chest has popped up once more. I'm able to grab another legendary, then I can instantly rinse and repeat this as much as I like. It's a great way to gather a good amount of legendaries. I recommend it if you want to try something new. You can definitely do this on a low tier level, so it's kind of interesting to experiment with, and I hope that you guys enjoy that one. I do want to say that if you want to mix this up and try out the other method that I posted yesterday, which has to do with the ruins over here, you can definitely do so. There's 3 different chests that you can obviously loot and rinse and repeat this. The only reason why I would say that you would want to do this is because you can actually grab these items and sell them for a good amount of gold. That is if you do have your Season of Blessing leveled up. For example, there is one on there that you can definitely level up, so that when you do sell your items, you'll gain a lot more gold in return. You're going to see in this clip right here that I'm able to grab a legendary. What I had to do in this scenario is I actually had to pause the clip for a second so that I could then adjust my loot, then go back at it again. What you're going to see right here is that I'm going up the top ladder and then grabbing the loot, exiting out of this, then joining back just like we've done previously. You're going to see that all of the chests are going to be popped up back again. You can rinse and repeat this as much as you like. Grab some easy gold, and so it's not entirely the best method out there, but it's something that you can try if you just need some sort of gold. Of course, again, just to clarify again, not saying it's the best. Continuing on, if you did watch the introduction there, we talked about how there was an exploit where Fallen could essentially be revived by the Shaman, which you could do after the latest patch, or after 2 patches later, I should say. Maybe 3, there's been a lot. What you're going to see on the right is that there's going to be this insect fella. I honestly do not know the name. For some reason, it's just not popping in my head. You're going to see it on the right side here, and it's going to be the fly swarm. There we go. So we got the fly swarm, and then you got the fellas that are obviously pushing them out. You're just going to attack the fly swarm that comes out, and you're going to see some cinder drop. I do want to be honest here that this is not going to replace your farming methods for cinder, because of course there is the increase of mob density, so there really is no point in using this now, yet I do think that it's kind of interesting that this is still possible, so I thought I would show it in the video because this is a glitching channel. Now on the other hand, if you are trying to farm cinder, I would highly recommend going towards your social settings and disabling both cross-network play and cross-network communications. Most likely all you need to do is just uncheck the crossplay option, The communication honestly does not matter. The reason why we have done this is because when you do enter into the game, you're going to not see any console players. That is, if you're on PC. If it's vice versa and you're on console, you most likely will not see any PC players. Is this by any means going to stop you from seeing other players? Absolutely not, yet it's just going to make things a little easier for you to gather more cinder. What we're going to do now is talk about a great way to reset Nightmare Dungeons, because after the latest patch, they have officially fixed it so you can no longer do so with a teammate. What you can do instead is obviously locate the Nightmare Dungeon, enter inside, and progress a little bit forward here. What I'm going to show you is that I'm going to obviously, want to be knocked out. So what I'm going to do is progress a little bit further here. And yes, so now I see some enemies. I'm going to take them out. I'm also going to reveal a little bit of the map here so that I can also show that that has been reset. And now I'm going to lose a life, which you can tell on the right side, revives remaining. It's going to be 3 here once I do click revive at checkpoint. Once I see that, I'm going to leave dungeon. I do want to note down that you do not need to obviously lose a life here. The only reason why I'm doing so is to show you that that has been reset as well as the whole entire dungeon. We're going to then wait it out for 2 minutes, then click on the dungeon, and what do you know? Everything has been reset. The only real benefit of this is going to be level experience for your player and not for your sigils. That's pretty much the downer of it all. The previous method before, we were able to join our friend and then reset the dungeon by having them send us a leader invitation, canceling it, and then leaving the party. What you can do now is do this solo. This method has been around for quite some time, so by no means is it new. And last but not least, I do want to talk about this because I've been asked quite frequently, is it legit? Is there going to be another Diablo 5? And it does appear that way because this article has been going around for quite some time. It's over there at Game Rant. They've actually made this article where they talk about a specific post that one of the CEOs has posted, which you can find it right here by Mike. It says, quote, "Thanks DMC Ryan, we're glad you liked it, and going forward you won't have to wait so long between titles. We have a lot more coming to Diablo 4 and beyond," end quote. What he's talking about is that there's not going to be a huge wait for Diablo 5, or for others this might be Diablo 4.5, because they're kind of, they might just end up doing something completely different, or they might just do the same thing that they've done with Diablo 4, which is pretty up there in the air at this point, because at this point, can Blizzard be trusted? That's iffy. It's kind of on thin ice. So far, it seems that there's going to be a Diablo 5. For myself personally, is this something to be excited for? I think so. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Yet at the same time, like I mentioned previously, you're kind of stuck in between whether or not they're going to do something right or if they're going to do something obviously incorrect. It's odd that they're taking this route, and they're hopefully they're not taking the Modern Warfare 3 route. The reason why I say this is because it only took 1 year for Modern Warfare 3 to come out. I know that this is not going to be the case for Diablo. Blizzard is going to probably take more of a strategic perspective on this to see what they've done wrong and maybe do something right. But honestly, it's all up in the air. We'll see what happens. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. I'm interested in what you think about Diablo 5 and the rest of the stuff that I posted today. It's all for just learning experience. I'm not saying that anything in today's video is going to be the most amazing thing that's going to change your life in Diablo 5 or Diablo 4. Holy crap, I'm stuck on Diablo 5. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I hope that you guys have a great day out there. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I will reply back within the first hour or two. And I also want to give you guys another thanks for just dealing with my voice. I'm slowly getting it all back together and all that. So yeah, see you all in the next video.